Alright guys, so I recently had a comment on one of my videos where this guy was asking me, like, if I take any, like, substances, as he put it. I don't know if he was being funny or if, like... Anyway, okay, so just disregard that. So this guy was asking me if I take anything, like, in the context of lifting and trying to build muscle. And this is your answer right here. So I'm going to start out with just protein. So anytime you're trying to build muscle, I mean, of course, whey protein is an important thing to have. And a lot of the time, what I see people saying is they talk about this as if you'll lose your gains if you don't, like, get it into your body so it can travel through your veins and into your muscles within, like, 30 minutes of you lifting. And I don't really buy that kind of thing. But I mean, if you do that, then more power to you. But I pretty much use this to get my daily protein intake. This has 24 grams per 30 gram serving. So that's pretty much one of the best ratios you'll see in any powder. And I pretty much just use that to try to reach my daily needs for protein. And I mean, if you're doing that without a powder, that's probably pretty difficult. I mean, I can only imagine how much tuna and chicken and beef you'd have to eat to get all the way up to like 200 grams of protein if you're that big of a person. But for me, I only weigh 165 pounds, so I usually shoot for like 150 to 160 grams a day. But yeah, that's that. And now let's move on to fish oil. This is actually something I've been looking into for a while, but I actually just recently got this from a friend who just decided he didn't want these. I mean, honestly, they smell pretty bad and they're horse pills. So if you don't like pills, I don't know, they're medium size. If you can't take swallowing big pills and the smell of dead fish, you probably wouldn't like these. But anyway, it's a good source of omega-3s, and having a good ratio of omega-3s to omega-6s is just pretty much good for overall health. And for pretty much for the health benefits of this, you probably want to supplement about 1 gram a day. So that's actually 3 of these pills. And what's actually interesting, I recently found this website called labdoor.com. I'll put a link to it in the description. But they actually rank the value and potency, and, well, not just potency, but overall quality of supplements. And you can check into that, and you can just pretty much find whatever's at the top of the list for quality and at the top of the list for value. And it's actually a really good website that considers pretty much everything when it looks into what is the best thing you can buy for your money. So that's the fish oil, and then creatine. So pretty much, you know, some people say if you're not taking creatine and you're a natural bodybuilder or power lifter, or you're just lifting to gain muscle and strength, you're an idiot not to have creatine. And I have to say, I probably agree. This is like one of the most studied supplements out there, and there have been a lot of sort of imitation forms of it. The chief form of creatine is monohydrate, and that's the most studied version. And another cool website you can go to is examine.com. I'll put a link to that in the description too. But they cite all the surveys and claims that people have made about creatine, and they tell you if this is true, false, if it's somewhat true, or whatever. And they put it in form of like A, B, C, D. So the more well-known and proven or disproven claims are at the top. And pretty much creatine works by helping your cells to produce more ATP, and of course the breakdown of ATP transfers to actually your cells being able to function. So having more ATP is definitely a great thing when you're lifting. And it actually, I mean, I'd say beta-alanine and creatine go together pretty well. They're 2 of the most studied supplements out there. And I would say that beta-alanine is not quite as studied as creatine, but yeah, in conjunction with each other, these basically do similar things. I mean, I'd say creatine is probably, I'm not going to say it actually does this, but if you were to look at it this way, I'd say creatine would be more of something that you look for to say maybe do 1 or 2 more reps on a set of squat or something, but beta-alanine is probably better for higher volume since this is actually a precursor to carnosine, and that's something that neutralizes your pH of your muscles when you have lactic acid all up in there burning your shit up. You'd probably want to take like maybe 3 to 5 grams daily to really get your muscles saturated in creatine. But on the other hand, this beta-alanine powder, I mean, they've done studies that say that you should saturate your muscles in it just like you do with creatine, just taking it daily. But I find that, I mean, I don't really see the point of doing that since anybody who's ever taken this stuff, or you know, it's in pre-workouts too, like ACG3, C4, and Jack 3D, stuff like that, you can really feel it tingling, so you know that it's entering your bloodstream, and it really gets in there fast. So if you take the stuff just before your workout, it's going to be ready to be implemented on all of your lifting and whatnot. But I don't know, creatine, I'm not going to say I know that this stuff doesn't get absorbed as quickly as beta-alanine, but I just know for a fact that beta-alanine gets absorbed quickly because you can actually feel it. There's no way of really feeling creatine, so to play it safe, I would just take a set amount, maybe 3 to 5 grams daily of that. But yeah, and of course, there are great places on the internet where you can find this information. Labdoor and Examine.com, great places. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. ACG3. I mentioned this guy briefly earlier, but again, I'm not going to play around and pretend that I know what. Let's find some arbitrary ingredient on here. Theobromine. I don't know if that is like, I'm not sure what the hell that is, but I pretty much get pre-workouts just by word of mouth, and I've kind of been experimenting around to see which ones work the best, just out of curiosity. And you know, people say you don't need pre-workout to make gains, but honestly, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that whether it's a placebo effect or there's actually ingredients in here that help you out besides just getting bombarded with stimulants that actually help you when you're lifting. So I've actually tried some pre-workouts out, and I have to say one of my favorites that I've tried of all time would have to be N0 Extreme by Cellucor. That stuff got me hyped up like crazy. I can actually remember, this was back when I was a sophomore in high school. I was much weaker. I was squatting 185 for like 5 rep sets. In the day I took N0 Extreme, I hit it for 10. I don't know, honestly. But yeah, so that's pretty much the video. And tell me more of what you want to see. If you want to see more kind of videos like this, me explaining stuff, methods I use in the gym, anything like that. And please subscribe if you haven't already, and like this video because it's really going to help this channel grow. And thanks for the support already. See you guys later.